Sup, gigglers?
Gary, fix the Wi-Fi.
Manifesto.
We can't be managed. I mean, the day just got away from me.
Look at you pulling up from Beige News. Okay, prepared.
I have so many things I want to talk about.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you
really
drunk?
just one? Drunk? You'd like that, wouldn't you? You'd like if I had a problem.
No, you just are in such a good mood. Like, you're so light.
Oh my God,
and, like,
how depressed am I usually? How
does she not seem like in a very happy, goofy mood?
She seems like she's in a nice, even keel, happy mood.
Are you
How
high?
unpleasant am I usually?
No, you can't flip it to me, first of all. I'm not on the pod. I'm not on the pod. Go ahead. Flip it back.
Hello?
How convenient.
Hello, my grated cheese gigglers.
Yes.
Paige is back from Italy, and she's a new person. She is, like, so
I'm a
refreshed.
pillar of the health community.
A pillar of positivity.
And non-toxic positivity, like real positivity. Do you want to know what First of all, I'm not drunk, but I'm probably a little loopy because
Yeah.
I've been up since 4 a.m.
Oh, wait, you're jet lagged. That's what's going on.
I'm fully jet
You're
lagged.
that's what's going on. I know you so well. I just knew
No, I'm not right.
something wasn't connecting.
I woke up and I made a smoothie. Got my NutriBullet out from retirement that I didn't even remember I had that I bought 6 years ago. Threw some berries in there. Did a yoga flow.
No, you didn't.
Folded my laundry. Called my mom.
And
I was a full dad today. I put in a full day before you even woke up. And I've been waiting to say that to anyone today.
And then right after they tell you that, they take a nap. I'm like, Dad, well, you're sleeping from 10 a.m. to 4.
Literally, my dad goes to bed at 8 p.m. I'm like, so did you do more?
My dad wakes everyone up at 7 a.m. and then he sleeps the entire day.
You know how you always see like TikToks or whatever, or you hear stories of like people's parents on vacation and like how annoying the dads are in the morning? I never had that kind of dad. Like we didn't go on vacation, and like I don't ever remember like waking up early and like going and doing activities. Something came over my father this trip that every single night at dinner it was the same conversation. So, is anyone going to wake up tomorrow for breakfast? This man was going to breakfast at 7 a.m. 7 a.m.
Also, like, when did this become a military outing?
I texted him this morning while we were all on jet lag at 5 a.m. and I said, anyone ready for breakfast?
The thing is, if I'm going to get up for breakfast early, it will be on vacation when they have, like, really dope breakfast.
Yeah. Italy, like, doesn't really do breakfast. Like, they freak out when it comes to breakfast.
No, Italy serves dessert and calls it breakfast. They go, here's a cake.
Yeah, they're like, don't know what's happening. But then I feel like they also try and cater to, like, Americans. So
Yeah.
they're like, prosciutto? Like, it's kind of like bacon. I'm like, I don't know if I want that, though, with syrup. But, you know, so the breakfast is trash, I think, in Italy. Nothing in Italy is trash. But I think the breakfast is not, like, the highest on my list.
No.
And then they would bring you coffee in, like, little coffee pots, okay? Everyone would
Yes.
get their own little coffee pot.
Cute.
And I would say that there's, like, 6 to 7 cups in that pot. We would go down to meet my dad in the morning, and he'd be 2 pots deep. This man would be 14 cups of coffee in.
He's doing speed.
He would have scaled the perimeter twice, made sure everything was okay, and then we could go to the pool. I felt like my dad had turned into Will Ferrell during that Kicking and Screaming movie. Like, he had, like, got 2 Italians on the team, and then he's, like, obsessed with espresso. Like, the man's never had espresso, and if you refused it, it was like you put shame on his family. I was like, this is the first time you've ever had it.
I can't handle that. You today, you were iconic in every
you.
sense of the word. Also,
I think it's my tan. I feel different.
true. I looked in the mirror today because I went outside for like 15 minutes in Louisville. It was pretty much like your town
Is that why you're
vacation.
wearing what you're wearing?
I am wearing a hunting outfit, a camo outfit. Are you laughing?
No.
Oh, now you're in the pod.
No. Now he wants to be on the pod.
Cool.
I am wearing camo in an ironic way.
Okay.
Because when a New Yorker girl wears camo, she's silly, she's artsy,
quirky.
she's quirky.
Yeah.
But then I have people in my DMs being like, you just look like my neighbor.
Go Badgers.
Go Badgers.
It's
in
all I
Wisconsin.
can
But I
think.
like it. I think it's and also people say like, I get hide.
You can hide. Where would one buy a shirt like that?
My Amazon storefront.
I knew you were going to say it. Amazon storefront.
My Amazon
So funny.
storefront.
I actually had a meeting today at Amazon. Not only did we ban your storefront, but
Did they ask about my Amazon storefront?
I brought it up.
And that is what friends are for. Find a friend who talks about your Amazon storefront when you're not there. But it's in a negative way.
No, it wasn't. It was half negative,
They're like,
half
give me an
positive.
example of a storefront that is not good for the community. What's watering down the Amazon brand? Which creators should we change their password to ASAP?
404, page not found. In this meeting, and we're talking about like ideas and what we can do next, and what like how are we growing the Amazon? Like, what are we doing? Blah blah blah.
Because you're fully the COO.
I literally
The CFO,
I was
the
about to
chief
be like,
fashion officer of
Can
Amazon.
we dial Jeff in? Like, I need
Jeffy.
answers. But so we're talking, and I was like, well, like my friend Hannah, and like I always say that, but everyone knows. And I'm like, I really think there's an opportunity to do something really funny with Hannah because she has a storefront. And I just paused for everyone's reactions. I was like, no, I know. She has a storefront. But it's totally different than mine. It's totally different.
Like, it's her own just passion project.
Your storefront is so you.
When was the last time you looked at it? I updated it recently.
I actually looked at it not too long ago, and I bought something from it. I needed something for our podcast thing.
Thank you for those 7 cents. Drink something me tonight. Speaking of dads on vacation, I'm not done. You saw the TikTok trend of every dad on vacation where like they have nothing with them, like not a bag, maybe holding like the mom's purse, and then the same like New Balance sneakers and the same shorts. Where do they get these khaki shorts?
There's a dad store somewhere that they're like, I feel like it's like when you get older and you get like an AARP in the mail. There's some point in their 40s where it's like, here's the short store.
Yeah, and I think their wives just give up on them.
At that point. Yeah.
I also, what's it called? The hats that everyone's wearing, ironically, it's called like Bass
Pro Shop.
Bass Pro Shop. I didn't know it was a real store.
Yeah.
I went to Oklahoma and there was a Bass Pro Shop. And
I've never seen one in the flesh.
I saw it. It was huge. And someone was like, do you want to go in? And they were like, they have guns. And I was like, what? And then I thought it'd be so funny to like vlog me going into a Bass Pro Shop being like, do you have a baby blue revolver? And asking about the guns.
No, the South is different. It's so different. One time, I wasn't even in the South. I was in Delaware, but it might as well be the South. I walked into a grocery store. There was people standing next to me. Hannah, gun to my head. If you asked me what did they just have a conversation about, I would have died right then and there. I looked at Craig and I was like, what did they just say?
Could he understand them?
He understood them perfectly. He spoke Delawarean. But it was around Thanksgiving, and they were talking about...
They won't open their mouth.
They do. Okay, that's what it is.
It's one syllable the whole time.
It's monotone, but their mouth stayed the same. And it was about deep frying turkeys. And they said, well, if you deep fry a turkey, you can actually just take a hanger and stick it up there. You don't have to buy all the contraption. And I was like, what?
Also, everyone in the South sounds like they're blackout.
Yes.
Because I went to Louisville.
Yep.
It's not Louisville.
Okay.
It's not Louisville. You have to say
Louisville.
Louisville. And I'm like,
Louisville.
guys, I can't do that. And they were like, pretend you have like 10 grapes in your mouth and you're blackout. And I was
Yeah.
like,
Louisville.
Louisville. And they were like, perfect. And I'm like,
Nailed it.
But then I was saying at my show, I got off the plane and I was in Kentucky and I saw, you can't say Kentucky Fried Chicken. It's called KFC. But I
Okay.
saw a KFC in Kentucky.
In its home state.
I felt like I was in Paris looking at the Louvre.
Yes.
And I was looking around. I'm like, is anyone else admiring?
I'm so glad. Oh my God, Hannah, we're so simpatico because I'm so glad that you're telling this story, that you are having an appreciation for
The culture.
one of America's best fast food chains.
Thank you.
Because all while I'm in Europe, I kept saying, what day are we going to get McDonald's? Anyone want to get McDonald's? And everyone looked at me like I was absolutely out of my tree. I'm in Spain, okay, and me and Craig have to go to this dinner. I filmed this show in Spain. I'll tell the gigglers when it all comes out, but whatever. It was really fun, and it was the guy that was the host of it was this Italian hairstylist. Didn't speak a lick of English. Let me tell you.
Did they warn you?
I mean,
this?
he did speak English,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
there was a lot of head nodding coming from my area. But I went out to dinner with him the night before, and it was very traditional Spain foods. And I'm going to try it all, okay? I'm going to put it in my mouth. I'm going to try it all. I'm going to tell you I love it.
Yes.
Because I'm also, like, working for this guy the next day. What I'm going to say, like, the dinner he brought me to, and he's raving about it. He's like, this is the best thing you could ever eat.
They do tapas, right?
They do tapas. It was a very fish-centric meal.
Do you like fish?
I like it cooked. I sure do. Hannah, I had shrimp carpaccio.
Yeah.
They take shrimp, they hammer it. They flatten it out nice, make it look really pretty. Flesh. Looks like literal flesh.
Like semen.
I had to put it on bread and eat it. And smile. I had to put it on bread, eat it, and smile. Immediately got back to my hotel room and ordered McDonald's like a normal person.
Wait, you're so happy he doesn't speak English, so he can't
He's not
listen
listening
to
to
this
this podcast. He's not listening to this podcast.
Again, that's one of those fancy foods that I'm like, I can make that. Like, I could make that.
If I come to your house in the Hamptons this summer and you're serving up shrimp carpaccio, I'll lose it. I'll literally lose my mind.
Did you ask what things were? You were just like, oh, I know.
After the second course, I thought it best not to. Because as this man's talking, I'm trying not to vomit. Because you know I have my vomiting. And then I'm pushing things. Craig had to eat double to not insult this guy. He liked some of it, but I could see him sweating. Like, he's sweating, but he has to eat what's on my plate because he knows I'll throw up right at the table. Don't tempt me with a good time. So a lot of things happened.
Carpaccio sounds like a cute pet name. Carpacci.
Wait,
Carpaccio.
Is that my cat's name? Carpaccio?
I think pesto.
Oh, that is cute. Carpaccio also sounds like it is a mafia boss, like Mr. Carpaccio. You know? You have to say it like that, though.
Wait, so did you have any run-ins with the mafia? And we can make that joke because we are Italian. And she did have run-ins with the mafia.
Did I have any run-ins? Not that I was aware of. You know when you like spend a lot of time with people on vacation, like certain quirks start to come out. And I was afraid for my family to like see all of Craig's quirks. But one of them is that he thinks that he will be asked to be in the CIA at some point in his lifetime. It's the same with like he's landing the plane. He's killing a shark, he's landing in the plane, he's also going to be in the CIA. So that's just something I live with on my day-to-day basis, dating him.
But, like, what if he's a master manifester and it's going to happen? Because he's manifesting.
He's manifesting. And I've pointed out all the reasons on why that's not going to happen to him. Okay, and I'm like, you have the biggest mouth ever. You would tell everyone you're in the CIA. And he was like, but that's the perfect cover-up. Like, if I'm talking about it, no one's going to think I'm in the CIA.
Someone's going to see me on Southern Charm and be like, no one would think this guy would be in the CIA.
And that delusion has carried over to me, that I think on every vacation, I'm going to get involved with, like, a huge cartel.
Yes.
Or the mafia.
Yes.
Like, I'm just waiting for them to come up to me and be like, you're now a part of our cult.
Because, you know, you thought you were going to get kidnapped, and now you realize, no, I'm the kidnapper.
I'm the kidnapper. I'm not the kidnappee. In Italy, I'm the kidnapper.
You saw that documentary about the girl who accidentally ended up going to jail for drug trafficking.
Yep.
That's a pretty big fear of mine. I guess, are you like me? Every time I like walk through any security of any kind, especially the airport, I'm like, do I have cocaine in my pussy?
No, you and Craig are the same.
No, like they'll look at me in a type of way and I'm like, oh, they know. They know.
Can I tell you a crazy thing that happened to me at TSA leaving Spain?
What?
It's early in the morning. Okay, we're going through security at like 8 a.m. I'm going through. I get through. My bags come through. Everything's great. And he's like, I have to go through your bag again. Okay, great. I have nothing in there. I think I had a weed pen in there, but I'm not even worried about it. Like, I've got my cover story. It's nicotine. Like, I'm cool. The guy that's doing the TSA, now Craig gets through. Now other people behind me, they get through. They're going. He leaves. He's like, I'll be right back. And I'm like, where is this guy going? He goes and gets 2 police officers, okay? Now I'm starting to like sweat a little, and I'm like looking around like what's going on. Is Craig freaking out? Craig's calm, cool, and collected. I didn't know underneath he's having a full panic attack because he also thinks it's the weed in my bag.
Yeah.
But in my head, I'm like, there's no way they're bringing 2 officers. I'm Googling like.
But you never know overseas.
You never know.
Brittany Griner was put in for less.
I'm literally like, oh my God, I manifested it. Like I'm going to
Imagine
jail.
Joe Biden be like, reality TV star Paige Sorbo, we have to switch her.
It's all I'm thinking. I'm like, do they serve shrimp carpaccio in jail here? What is the jail food in Spain? So I'm freaking out. I'm like, I like, just like breathe. So then Craig asked the officer, like, what's going on?
Can Craig speak Spanish?
So he's asking the officer what's going on. The officer's like, oh, they detected a chemical. Like they're just doing another check. They take my passport. They run my stuff to see if I'm on like a
You're
type
like,
of
I'm
list.
TSA pre.
I'm like, I'm literally clear in America. You guys don't have it?
I have clear.
I'm global entry. I think my DH Gate bag had some crazy chemicals on it, and they thought I was making a bomb. Because they didn't even go in my bag. They took nothing out of my bag. I could see my weed pen. The guy like looked at it, didn't. He's rubbing all these like swabs on my bag. I was this close to being like, it's DHgate. It's DHgate.
All the girlies are around you, and you're like, it's
I'm
real.
like,
it's
no,
real.
like, and it's embarrassing
Wait,
too.
This is hilarious because you told me you did a DHgate haul.
Yeah.
If you don't know what DHgate is, it's where we get our fake. Watch us go straight to jail after saying this. But
No,
whatever.
literally.
It's very high quality.
and highly illegal.
Highly illegal.
We live on the edge.
It's like millennial women's LimeWire.
It's fully LimeWire.
You're like, everyone does it, but anyone can go to jail at any point.
And we're just waiting. Like, who is getting an officer at their front door?
That's crazy. So they're checking the bag, and you're just like...
There was no other explanation. There was no, like, they kept saying a chemical, but then they did my hands, and I didn't have, like, no chemicals came up on my hands.
I feel like Craig was low-key jealous that you seemed like a spy.
I was like, well, obviously, like, they're checking all of my stuff because I have secrets from the government, and they know it. And he's like, that's not true.
Wait, how jealous would he be if you got the call?
To be a spy.
Yeah. It would be like Mr. and Mrs. Smith, except only Mrs. Smith is the
He would
FBI
cry
agent.
so hard. I'd have to like say, it literally is like my child. I'd have to say, you're also a spy too. You can come. Watch mommy work.
But I really feel like you look like a spy. Every spy movie, it's always like the seductive,
Yeah,
like
she's mysterious.
tiny, like,
If I could speak another language,
oh my God.
spy.
That's why I'm like a little annoyed with this. Like, he can speak Mandarin, he speaks Gaelic,
Yeah.
he speaks English. Why
I
can't he
know.
speak Spanish?
Well, you can't speak anything, but you're mad he doesn't know a fourth language?
Yes, like it's
What
literally
an
the most.
underachiever
It's
he
the
is.
most besides Mandarin. It's the most spoken language. I feel like.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm probably making that up, but like, there's many times when I'm like, you don't have Spanish? That's
Yeah.
like high school.
Right.
Yes,
I mean,
I
I
don't
took
know
8
it.
years of it. I couldn't say one thing.
I like think I'm delusional. Like I think I know Spanish. And then I always crack under pressure. Like I'll know more.
Yeah, because you don't know Spanish.
No, but I'm like, I know the words. And then they'll start talking to me, and I will full go Spanglish every time. I'll be like, yo, don't know what's going on.
When we were in Spain, Craig would add one Spanish word into an
Yeah.
English sentence. He's like,
Spanglish.
"Donde bathroom?" I'm like, that you're not speaking Spanish.
But did you see Hilaria Baldwin?
In Spain,
Yes.
I saw her family,
You saw her family.
and they had a Boston accent.
Is there anything else we need to know from your amazing Italian vacation?
I wasn't bloated at all. I didn't bloat one time.
Did you have diarrhea?
No, I
Did
was.
you puke?
I puked once, but that's because I was drinking. But I got home, immediate bloating. I didn't even, it was like my body was like, oh, we're back in New York, let's bloat. And yesterday, I'm not kidding, I took a pregnancy test. I was like, I got home and the baby's dropped. Like, there's no way that this is just me bloating. Craig was concerned. He kept coming up and poking my stomach. He's like, this isn't normal. And I was like, no, this is just like being a girl.
Oh, so you're at the point now where you'll show him the full bloat.
No, it was low-rise pajama pants, crop top, belly out. I was in such pain. I was also holding my stomach like it was a baby.
It does make you feel better with the bloat when you're like, well, I love this child.
I literally kept looking at myself in the mirror, and I was like, wait, but how cute am I pregnant? He's like, it's not funny. I was like, adorable. I did start to think, like, okay, if this pregnancy test comes up positive, my first thought was, am I going to tell my mom? And then I was like, I'm 30. I'm 30.
No, you are a child
and
bride.
no, I wouldn't tell my mom.
You're a child bride. Speaking of babies, Kourtney Kardashian is having another baby, and I'm so happy because what does the world need but another Kardashian?
100%.
And I have to make an announcement. You know, I've never, ever fully watched the Kardashians from, like, the beginning of a season to the end. Like, it'll always be on.
Okay.
But I've never been like, I'm watching this show. Like, I'll watch parts of it. I've never committed to watching the Kardashians. I don't know why. I think I'm going to commit and watch this season coming up because I feel like there's, like, real drama between Kim and Kourtney.
I think I've watched every single episode of every single season.
How do you think this next season is going to be juicy?
I'm currently watching this season.
Oh, is it already out?
Yeah. You're doing great so far. You're doing literally amazing.
I was like, I am going to commit my life to this. When
It's
does it come out?
over. I think we're 6 episodes deep.
Is it good?
It's good. They like drag out a lot of their stuff, and I just like looking at them. It's funny to watch the reality show because obviously, like, we know how like things are made in reality TV, and like how like okay, like Kim went out to lunch with Scott, and the conversation was 20 seconds. They said 3 things to each other.
Yeah.
It was like that was a scene that they dragged out into like 2 minutes, and it was like
Yeah.
nothing happened there.
Yeah.
They drag a lot of stuff out. Honestly, if you're really going to try and commit, I would go when they're in their first house. Like, the first couple seasons.
That's the best.
Yeah, they're
Is there
unbeatable.
actual beef between Kim and Kourtney right now, or is it not really?
I think it's over now, but
Yeah.
there is legitimate beef. Like, they weren't speaking. So the drama is, so Kourtney and Travis did their wedding, and it was all Dolce & Gabbana, like, sponsored. Like, they made her dress. They did all the stuff, and it was a Dolce & Gabbana wedding. 6 months after that, Dolce & Gabbana asked Kim to be the creative director of their next runway show, pull all the looks she wanted, and basically, like, walk down the runway after the show, like, I put all the looks together.
Yeah.
Kourtney thought that it was too soon after her wedding and that Kim was taking the spotlight of having this, like, Dolce & Gabbana moment. But Kim was like, this is too good of an opportunity to say no to them. Like, I've wanted to do this my whole life. I'm the curator of their fashion show. Like, no one gets to do that.
Yeah. It's like weird sister competitiveness.
Very weird sister competitiveness.
Also, like, there's a little birdie that reached out to us
Yes. That said Kim is a giggler.
that said that Kim may listen to this podcast.
Kim would know who we were if someone showed a picture and also said a lot of things about us. And then, and then it would maybe, possibly, potentially click. This is a Kimberly Noel Kardashian.
But I feel like to any
Podcast.
celebs, we never go. We're never below the belt because everyone is human.
We're never below the belt. And also, what if we meet them? Think I'm going to talk about Emrata? That's your best friend. Why would I do that? Did you see her looking
Amazing in her jacquemus.
looking
How do you say
so Jacques Mousse? Jacques Mousse?
Jacquemus?
Stunning.
Yeah, she looks great.
Did you text her?
Damn. I feel like you think I'm cheating on you right now. You're
Well,
like,
you
"Did
are.
text?"
It's not, I think.
She looks just like you. I get you guys confused sometimes. Also, I feel like I should finally drop the tea of the celebrity who DM'd me. Do you think?
Do you want to ruin your marriage?
Des knows.
Are you trying to get divorced?
No.
You know what actually did you ever tell Des that, like, when that happened, that I was like, so what are we doing?
For people who don't know, it was the day before I was going to my bachelorette party. And I was
Yes.
sitting on the couch. I got a DM. I messaged Paige. Paige goes, where do I hide the body?
Yeah, like, what do we do?
She was like, let's be honest.
Whatever you're down
what's-
for, I'm
what's the
down
situation?
for.
So when I first said this on the pod, I didn't want to say anything because whatever, but like now it's like past, like no one cares. And the Gigglers all figured it out.
Yeah.
And I don't follow him.
Yep.
I don't think he follows me.
Yep.
I don't know how they know, but they knew. And they asked us at like 2 live shows, so I feel like I can't tell some Gigglers, not the other Gigglers.
We were showing favoritism.
The guy who DM'd me before my bachelorette party was Charlie Puth, and he wrote, "I like you."
You want to know something? I kind of love that as a
opener.
Yeah. Because if your opening line to me is like, "Hey, what's up?" Next, like I'm probably not
that means I have to put
responding.
in work.
I'm like, I don't know what's up, but yeah. Like if someone DM'd me and was like, "We're dating," I'd be like, "All right."
So the funniest thing about it is that both our moms are obsessed with Charlie Puth.
Yes.
And I didn't know this. I told my mom, and she was like, "He has perfect pitch."
Okay. My mom saw him in one interview and was like, "He just seems so nice."
He does seem nice.
I'm like, "Mom, that's good PR."
Wouldn't, not my traditional type.
No. I'm going to be honest. I can't picture what he looks like.
He has this thing on his eyebrow.
I gotta pull it up
This
because for
eyebrow,
whatever
which
reason,
I think is a scar, which can take a guy from a 6 to a 10 if you have a scar on your face, because it means you've seen some and you've been through adversity. But I just took it as a compliment from an artist seeing another artist. I think he was saying he likes my work.
Yeah, he was basically like, "You're a woman in the arts, and I respect it."
Yes, You never
even opened it.
never opened it.
Wow.
But I want to say publicly, Charlie, thank you. But I am a taken woman.
Mm-hmm.
Charlie, even though I'm not available, both our mothers want you.
Yeah, no, my mom thinks that he would be a great husband. Never met him. Doesn't know a thing about
No, my
him.
mom's obsessed with Charlie Puth.
Sorry, not to blow up your spot, but Paige Puth is kind of a dynamite name. Paige Puth?
Wait, what if you end up with Charlie Puth?
I don't think I will, but you literally never know. I might move to Italy and sell lemons on the side of the street.
We
That's
thought
like
about
where
it.
I'm at.
I will jump on some grapes in Italy.
Yeah. Oh my God, did you see all the Alex Earl stuff?
So I go to the J-Law premiere, right?
Yes.
For the movie. And I'm sitting there. I sit down. Okay. Oh, this is such good celebrity gossip this episode. I sit down with my mom, adorable. Pilot Pete's right there.
Okay.
I'm actually so weird with famous people. Like I don't know how to act.
Yeah.
And I never am cool. Just like, hey, I like your show.
Yep.
I'm like, I don't know. I didn't watch it, but I
didn't
fully know
either.
who Pilot Pete is. He's
Yep.
sitting next to another guy who I didn't know, but I think's on The Bachelor. And the guy goes, "Oh, you're a comedian on TikTok." And I was like, "Thanks." And then Pilot Pete is asking me questions about comedy. And next thing you know, Pilot Pete and I are like besties.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Come
Watch
to the
out,
stand
Charlie
sometime."
Puth. It's all about Pilot Pete.
He kind of reminded me of Craig a little bit, Pilot Pete. But like,
He talked nonstop.
he was chatty. He was very nice.
Chatty.
Not Southern. Like Craig, if he wasn't Southern.
They both have a good head of
They're
hair.
both sweet with a good
Yeah.
head of hair. I don't
Yeah.
know. Anyways, giving me like Pilot Craig.
Yep.
If Craig could fly a plane.
If Craig, in fact, could land the hijacked plane.
So my mom's texting me. She goes, "That guy's on The Bachelor." I'm like, "I know. I'm
Yeah.
in a full, I'm fully acting at this point." Mm-hmm. And someone texts me, Ali Shapiro, Jill Zarin's daughter.
Yep.
She comes in. She goes, "Hannah, how are you? I'm going to see you in the Hamptons
You
this
have
summer."
to do that voice when you're talking about them.
And I was like, "Jill, where you been?
Yep.
Where's Jill? Ali, this is my mom.
Yep.
You're going to play tennis this summer." Anyway, she leaves. She texts me. She goes, "Oh my God, Alex is behind you." Alex Earl sits right behind me
First of all, no one's talking about how pretty Alex Earl's sister is.
with her sister,
Justice for the brunette one.
brunette. No one talks about it. They both have had their like glow up, you
Yeah.
know. And I love that they're together, sisters.
Yep.
So immediately, I'm done freaking out about Pilot Pete, and now I'm like,
You're fully Alex Earl mode.
Pilot Pete, shut up. Like, he was-
Literally put a sock in it.
I was like, I'm
Pete.
trying to get Alex Earl's
Yeah.
attention. But then I'm like, the moment has to be organic. It has to be natural. And then I think like I wouldn't want someone in front of me to just turn around and be like, "Hi."
Yeah.
So like we have some mutual friends. I
Yep.
want it to be like normal. And I just like never got the balls.
You never did it. You never turned.
Never turned. I mean, I think like I like fake turned once or twice.
Yeah, you smiled.
Didn't make eye contact.
Okay.
She was right behind me. But
She was sitting behind you, so you're more famous than her. I mean,
I don't think that's how it worked.
oh, okay.
But I like heard her. She was loving the movie. You know, she's just
She's cute.
She's a baby.
She's a
She's
baby.
a 23-year-old.
She's so just
But
like
then this
living
girl
her
next
life.
to me, or behind me, but over to the side, who I was talking to also, just gets up and is walking past and she goes, oh, Alex Earl, slay, period. And then she keeps walking.
I love Gen Z so much.
I was like, that's what I should have done. I should just Alex Earl, slay.
How did you
and then turn
not think
forward.
of that?
I didn't think Gen Z quick enough.
Yeah.
So Alex Earl is my best friend now.
Yes. Classic.
Even afterwards, I was like, we left.
If I see you commenting on Alex Earl videos saying, oh my God, Alex Earl, slay, period.
Alex Earl comments on our friends' videos, I feel like. She hung out with Claudia this weekend.
Okay.
Like, so that's why I don't want to force it. I want it
It's
to be
gonna
like,
come
we're
natural.
introduced naturally.
Okay.
Not me like turning around in movie theater and be like,
And now I feel like, oh my God, does she look at, when I was 22, and if I heard someone was 30, I'd be like, oh, good luck out there, you know? Like, would we be so old to her?
I think she would just be like, look at these business women. These working women. She has a couple grays from reality TV, and she's wise.
Look at these young moms.
She goes, did you guys get a babysitter today?
Oh
But the
my
funny thing too is like I don't
God.
even watch Alex Earl's videos. It's more just the phenomenon that is
Yes,
her,
Alex Earl.
how the internet can make someone so
Whoa,
relevant.
how would you feel if you were Sophia Colpo?
Can you explain what's going on?
Oh, there's so much. Okay, so basically, Braxton,
Which
it says it all in the name. It says it all in the name. I feel like Braxton, I don't know this man. I'm never going to meet this man, but I know this man. You know? Like, I know Braxton. Braxton's coming in with his new sneakers.
Braxton
he's bopping
grew
around.
up and he was telling his mom to shut up.
Yeah.
You know that for a
Braxton at age
fact.
4 said to mom.
And the mom said, thank you.
Yeah.
Braxton probably has chlamydia, but we'll blame it on you.
You gave it to him. Braxton has gotten a DUI, never been convicted, just called his dad. Braxton wanted to start a line of hats because he had different ideas than other hat companies.
Are you
That
talking
one
about
got you.
Craig? Who are we talking about?
Braxton. I love when we do.
Braxton goes to Surf Lodge with Harmon.
Hormone is Braxton's drug dealer. He only does designer drugs.
Paige, I can't breathe.
I feel like Braxton also has never eaten sushi.
True, or he gets California rolls.
Yeah.
Braxton, how do you call a man Braxton? Like, hey, Braxton.
Imagine him.
Braxton. So good.
I feel like it's like an instrument, like the name of an instrument no one wanted to play in like 3rd grade. I'm not playing the Braxton. It's so embarrassing.
Braxton sounds like a form of birth control that I forgot to take. Oh, I forgot to take my Braxton.
If Braxton isn't for you, check with your physician. May cause bleeding for 7 days. May cause chlamydia.
Braxton will accidentally hit your butthole during and try to do anal.
Okay, so Braxton has a reading level of 4, 4th grade. No, okay, so we don't know this man, but this honestly, we're being so mean to him,
We
but
don't
like
know
it
him.
is all true.
But Sophia's listening right now, and she's like,
Sophia's like, he literally can't read.
we're about to pick sides.
No, we're
Explain
about to
what's
fully
going
pick sides.
on.
Okay, so Braxton's dating Sophia. They break up in May. Immediately thereafter, there's rumors that he's like spotted out in Miami with Alex Earl. Now, I feel like as women, every woman has been on both sides. You've been the ex-girlfriend. You've also been the new girlfriend. With Sophia being a brunette,
Wait, was Sophia engaged to him?
no.
Okay.
With Sophia being a brunette and then seeing your boyfriend go date a blonde with double D boobs, homicide for me. It's
Yeah.
homicide for me. Like, I would be...
This is our biggest nightmare.
This is... No, literally, if any boyfriend after me dates a blonde with double Ds, it's like, what, you didn't like anything about me.
like, you ruined the whole species of brunette for him.
Yeah.
Or it's like he just wants the opposite to not remind him of you. Braxton dates blondes.
No, I feel like we need Braxton on the pod.
Is it Sophia or Sophia?
Sophia.
Sophia. Braxton's date the cheerleader, the blonde
Yeah.
cheerleader. They don't date girls named Sophia Colpo. Braxton doesn't even eat Italian food. Wait, I'm talking about Craig. Continue.
I'd love to know Braxton's middle name. Like, it's imperative moving forward that I find out what Braxton's middle name is. I feel like it's something stupid, like Stream.
like 7.
Yeah. like waterfall. Okay, so they get seen out like this past weekend or whatever. Sophia posts a TikTok that is now deleted, but the caption was like, call me when the love bombing stops.
And it was like when he found his next supply.
Yes. And so many people were commenting on Sophia's thing, being like, you got to get over it. Like, it's enough, like, get over it. And I felt bad for her because she's clearly going through something.
Mm-hmm.
She's not going through a normal breakup, one, because it's public,
Mm-hmm.
and two, he started dating the most famous girl
21-year-old on TikTok.
on TikTok, right? But then I feel like Alex is going through her own journey too. Like, obviously,
Yes.
she's probably got to deal with some of the Sophia stuff, but she's
Yes.
going through her own journey. She had posted a TikTok doing a get ready with me while she's like staying with Braxton, throwing a dig at her ex, Tyler Wade, saying, oh, I'm staying with this guy this weekend. She doesn't say Braxton's name. And I have to do a get ready with me. And it's so nice to do one where someone's not yelling at me while I do it.
This is the thing. The girlies are dealing with their traumas.
Yeah.
They're all just dealing and
With their
trying to
own
cope
individual
with life.
traumas.
My 2 cents, and we don't know Braxton.
No,
but
we
let's
don't.
say if he was a narcissist. As someone who has dated multiple narcissists, I love a narcissist. It's my canon event.
Yeah.
We'll get to another time. They're so charming.
Yep.
They love bomb you, and I'm immediately like, finally,
This guy
someone
fucking gets it.
me.
Yeah.
So
This guy's got a brain
especially
on him.
when you're in the public eye, once he starts losing control of you, he then will bash you in the public. Like, he will say things about you. And once you can realize that you can't control what he does and what people think of you, that's the first step of healing. And the second step is knowing that eventually the next girl he's with will be commenting on your Instagrams and
Right.
being like, LOL, I'm so happy that I got through that.
Yep.
But
Sophia's got to
needs
find the girlfriend before her. She's got to commiserate with whoever was before her.
With the Sophia thing, like, maybe she wants some attention, like, to get some followers
Sophia's
from it.
also young, too.
Is she? Yeah.
Like, she's young. She's going through a very public breakup. Like, okay, if I had a nickel for every time I've seen someone post some dumb quote after a breakup, like, okay, she made a TikTok with, like,
for
a
sure.
cheeky
She could have
caption.
done one calling him a narcissist and having his next supply. She was not in a good mood that moment.
No.
She wasn't being her best self.
She chose violence.
She chose pure violence.
Yeah.
But for the people commenting, telling her, like, don't be upset,
Yeah.
it's like she's going through some.
No.
So I'm not picking sides because I support women in the arts.
No, I support both of them. I supported Alex more after she made the Tyler Wade comment because I
Yeah.
was like, oh, she's got her own trauma
Yeah.
that she's dealing with.
Yeah.
And Sophia has her own trauma.
Also, that's the thing, like, it's hot girl summer.
Yeah.
Alex, for all we know, is just like, I found this other former athlete who's probably going to be over too, but in the
Yeah.
moment, I'm having fun. Something happened with his ex, I don't know, but he's fun right now. And I think,
Yes.
let's be honest, you're 22, that's how I thought too.
Everyone in the Hamptons after a couple drinks is fun too. Like, if I had a nickel for every drunk Hamptons night where I was like, I think that was my husband. It wasn't. It was a literal toad on the side of the road.
My thing is, I have more pride than Sophia, where I would never let him know I'm hurting.
Never.
That's where I was like, okay, we have to be a little more Italian, babe.
Yeah.
Are you a culpo?
I tell Craig all the time, I'm like, if we break up, you'll never know a single thing about me ever again. How amazing.
Well, that's like, as a Leo, as you guys know, like, once I'm done, I'm done.
Yeah.
That's why I've never hooked up with an ex before, because I'm actually like so done. But I love the like, I'm on to the next. She
so
needs to be
cra-
on to the next.
I can't believe you've
Go to
never
Tyler Wade.
hooked up.
Go to Tyler Wade. Go to Tyler Wade.
Okay, I had a guy do that to me one time. We broke up and
Yes.
I was like hooking up with some random person, and my ex was so distraught by it. He found the guy I was hooking up with's ex-girlfriend and tried to date her.
When it's that obvious, I'm like, you're obsessed with me.
I was like, all I said to the general public, which was my group chat of friends, was if the roles were reversed,
Oh my
you
God.
would all call me crazy.
Crazy.
But because it's a guy doing it, you're like, he's going through something. Like, he's like, what? It's not weird. I was like, it's weird.
But look, when you're dating the famous guys, when you're dating the athletes, a lot of them are into themselves and they
Yeah.
will say whatever they want. And narcissist is a strong word to use, but she clearly was very hurt by this man, and he's not right for her. And I hope that her healing has begun.
Yes. Let's normalize, because narcissist is a very strong word. Let's normalize that not everyone's a narcissist, but most people are.
I love that.
That's our mental health moment. On my wedding day, I don't want to say, and Braxton, the moment I saw you, unless you're a German Shepherd, I'm not confessing my love to you, Braxton.
Imagine the guy that you are getting over having to see him all over the internet.
No.
It's really, really, really painful.
Yeah, I could not.
So I really hope that like her mental health is okay.
Yeah.
And like find a new man. You're Sophia Coppola. You're gorgeous.
No, literally.
Go Charlie Puth, Sophia Coppola.
Seriously. Do you think Olivia could help her, like, get someone else?
I mean, you know how many football players there are? Not named Braxton. Yeah. I mean, honestly, this is just good fervor. What does fervor mean?
I don't know, but you know who the one football player that I do love?
Eric Decker.
No.
Oh, he's mine.
He's like a quarterback on a team.
Oh,
and
yeah, you like the
everyone's-
Italian one, Jimmy Garoppolo.
Okay, I love him. I'm obsessed with him.
Not
I
him.
love him, but not him.
Oh,
the other one that's
yeah,
like young,
everyone's obsessed
and he
with
wears like
him.
cool outfits.
Joe Budden?
Joe,
No.
What? Wait, who is
Joe
that?
Burrow.
Joe
Joe
Burrow.
Budden's a rapper.
Yeah. Joe Budden sings that Mean Girl song.
Joseph Lee Burrow, so he definitely fought in the Civil War.
For sure. His family came over on the Mayflower.
He has a girlfriend. And he's
Whatever.
26.
He's so
and
young,
he's from
though.
Iowa.
Yeah, I couldn't date him anyway, but I have a boyfriend. But that surprisingly is not the reason I can't date him. I can't date him because he's from Iowa. I don't think they have air conditioning there. And he has a girlfriend.
Can I say something controversial
I'd
since
love
we're
it
talking
if
about
you
sports? A lot of gigglers are sending me the new Zendaya movie. Mm-hmm. I am so upset about the new Zendaya movie.
Why?
It's the one where you see her like having a threesome with the Devil's
Yes.
guys. The disrespect this movie has done towards the sport of tennis. It starts off being like, she's the greatest player of all time. And it shows her holding it. First thing you learn in tennis is when you serve, you have a continental grip. Mm-hmm. It's the most basic thing.
Yeah, we all knew it.
Even Paige has a continental grip.
I mean, who doesn't?
Who doesn't? She's holding it like a banana.
Yep.
Like holding it, like imagine a baseball player and you're holding it on the wrong, like the opposite
Got it.
end. Like that's how it looks to a tennis player.
Yep.
She's holding it like she's never played tennis before and looks like she's about to serve. And they're like, she's the greatest tennis player who ever lived. And then they're showing her playing.
Is
and
it
it's
about someone? Like, is she pretending to be
to
someone?
be the greatest tennis player that ever, like one of the greatest tennis players
Got it.
ever. And I love a woman in sports video.
Mm-hmm.
But like, for example, the King Richard video, they got like really top players.
Yeah.
To like play the girls and make sure the strokes were like exactly like the Williams
Yep.
sisters, and they did the CGI and it all worked out. Zendaya's out here looking like she's playing pickleball.
Yep.
And they're like, she's the greatest who's ever
Holding
played the
a
sport.
literal flaccid penis.
She's changing the world of tennis.
Yeah.
And like I love, it's like I'm very mixed emotions because I love Zendaya.
You love
but
women
like,
in the arts.
don't give her 2 months of tennis lessons and then think that she can represent what quality tennis looks like.
No, are you kidding?
And-
How dare they?
Hey, I'm trying to find a comparison. It's like
There is none. It's so high level. There's no comparison to what they're
no,
doing.
but like think of a comparison of like a movie about fashion.
Yeah.
And all the clothes are garbage bags. And they're like,
Yeah.
this is the greatest outfits we've ever seen.
It's like watching Barbie and her foot bends. You're like in no situation.
They did this with the Kirsten Dunst Wimbledon movie. Like she literally looked like you remember that back in the day?
Yes.
And it looks like you can't watch it. And I don't know if it's, I
Who
feel
is
like,
she? Who is the movie about? Who is
I
she?
think it's a
being?
made up thing. And they're just
Oh.
like, they're giving the whole like, she's the top tennis player. She has all these brand deals. She's like going to run the world, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then watching her play tennis was so disrespectful.
Maybe Charlie can write a song about it. Where do we go from here, Anna?
No, but it's just
I
like,
know.
what the fuck? And then people are like, are you so excited? I'm like, to watch my sport be disrespected on a global scale? You know what it is?
Emotions are running high.
You know what it is? It's like, you remember when Kendall Jenner did the ballet commercial like 10 years ago and everyone like reamed her out because she like
vaguely.
But like she wasn't even saying she was good at ballet. She just had a ballet outfit on and was making little movements and everyone was like, this
I
is
don't remember the
disrespectful.
ballet.
It's like a long time ago. That was like a niche reference.
Okay, sorry.
Like, I love how you know I'm heated and you're just like staying out of it. Look, it's like a literal, like a ballet movie.
Yeah.
And the people are literally just like flopping around. And they're like, she's the greatest who's ever
like
done it.
shrimp carpaccio, just like laying on the ground.
You love a callback.
I love a callback. I do.
So, no, I'm not happy.
So to answer the question
Wait.
no one asked,
I have one more.
no, I'm not happy.
Then she breaks her leg.
Are
on
you
the court.
kidding?
No one breaks their leg on the tennis court. You sprain an ankle, you tear your ACL, you tear something, you don't break your
The
leg.
inauthenticity is wild.
No, and it's her like about to hit a forehand and you just hear, first of all, disgusting. Second of all, no one in the history of tennis has broken their leg like that.
It's almost like it's a parody of your sport, and it's...
I was like, is this an SNL sketch of my life?
Have you watched Black Mirror?
No, someone said it wasn't good. But I guess it's more some are good, some are not. You just have to pick
I don't
the
really
good
have
ones.
anything to compare it to because I'd never watched it before.
Oh, I've watched random episodes. I feel like some episodes are life-changing and then some you're like, I want my money back.
Yeah, some of them are weird. Now I'm like having trouble remembering. Like
They all kind of blur into
They
the
all
same
kind
one.
of blur into the same one. But
What I did is I Googled like top Black Mirror episodes, then I'd watch.
the scariest ones are like ones that you're like, that's happening right now, actually.
Yes, like social media type ones.
Yeah, like everyone has, like if you needed to find anything out, if you wanted to steal anyone's identity, it's like there.
Pretty easy.
Here's your stuff.
There was one about like, it tells you when you're going to meet your soulmate. So you can go
Yeah.
on dates and stuff, but like you have a timer, so you know the person's not your soulmate.
Okay, that I wish was real.
But like imagine you're like, okay, so what do I do?
I feel like I have that built in at home. My parents are like, not time yet. Nope, not him. We'll get back to you, but probably not.
We're going to outsource that.
We're going to circle back around on that one. Out of office till further notice, but we'll get back to you.
Do you know what I watched last night? The Idol.
Okay, I started the first episode. People are up in arms.
Oh yeah, everyone has a very strong opinion about it.
Why are people so PO'd?
Well, there's like drama behind it. Apparently it was made by like a female director. Then The Weeknd does not support women in the arts, fired her and reshot it from like his perspective.
Is it his show?
I think it is. But it was
Okay.
interesting. Like everyone's like, put out the other version. I want to know what it looked like from a female director.
Yeah.
So they're basically like, it's about, you
The
know,
industry.
the industry and like taking advantage of like women's, but then they're like, but then you make a show that's doing exactly that. But is that just meta? I thought the filming is very cool.
I thought the filming is cool. I thought the outfits are great.
Lily Rose Depp, I'm almost mad. You know, I'm mad at her
Why?
because where has she been?
Where is she? Well, she's literally 4, so
Is she
she's been
young?
growing up.
Is she young?
She's young. I think she's only like early 20s.
She's an example of a nepo baby who I'm like.
Great branding. No one ever calls her a nepo baby.
Well, they did call her nepo baby because I think she walked in the Chanel show at 5'2".
Yep.
But this is one of those things where I'm like, I want to hire Johnny Depp's daughter to
Yeah.
play the star role of a film.
She's so unique looking and gorgeous. And I almost feel like her, Emma Chamberlain.
She's 24.
Give me another like Gen Zer.
Me.
Her, Emma Oh, okay, you're a great example. Lily Rose Depp. What do all 3 of these people have in common? Lily Rose Depp,
Gorgeous.
Hannah Berner, and Emma Chamberlain.
They say slay.
I think unique, normal girl, like everyone's unique, normal girl, pretty, no plastic surgery.
Not too pretty. Oh.
Like Lily Rose Depp, I don't
I think she's had work done.
shoot.
But
like
she
she's a
looks
unique, yeah, she's
no,
unique
actually,
looking.
with the lighting, the outfits, I literally was like, she's the coolest girl I've ever seen.
I think she's the hottest girl ever. Like when she was wearing her outfits, I was like, how are you that tiny but have like that great of tits? I literally was screenshotting and I was
For
like,
your
this is what I
future
want my
boob
boobs
job.
to look like.
Also, she had, when she was doing the dance scene in the beginning,
I was like, she's great.
that dance scene I respect.
Yeah.
Because it was good.
Right, because they actually got into it. They
It's like
practiced.
doing a whole boxing movie just slapping the whole
Yeah.
time. What the f is
Yes.
going on, Zendaya?
No, I get that.
It's not your fault,
Do you
but-
know who's making the movie? Like
I was like too upset.
yeah, you couldn't.
I couldn't. I didn't.
Do
I
you
didn't
know
want
when
to
it
know a
comes
name.
out?
I'm not going to see it because no one's gonna watch that and be like, "Wow, women are really athletic." They're gonna be like, "Wow, you can barely hit a ball and you can become the greatest tennis player in the world."
And broke your leg.
So also the Idol was like I was
It's
like,
very well. Isn't he a cult leader? I haven't gotten past.
I haven't got into it, but he's
Creepy.
There was some unrealistic stuff in the first episode.
Like
He's a club owner, gets on a mic and was like, "That's Jocelyn, the most famous girl in the world. I'm gonna go dance with you." Goes right up to her, and then basically they're like making out and fall in love.
in no situation, everyone knows club etiquette, and that would never happen.
She wouldn't gotten past security.
What about the part where he like he goes to her house and he puts that thing over her face and then like cuts so she can breathe?
The only thing that would make it realistic is if he was the actual Weekend. Like, then I'd be like, okay, she'd let him do
like
that.
no one's
I
letting
wouldn't let a random club promoter choke me to death
That's
for
sex tra-
funsies.
I wouldn't do anything with a club
And he
owner.
has a rat tail. And they joke,
Right.
like, you have a rat tail. And I'm like,
It's not a
it's
joke.
not.
It's not a joke.
And like,
It's almost like when I saw that guy on the plane.
wait, we never told them that was during a live show. We have to tell them what you did.
Okay, let me just set the scene for you. If you're with your friend and you see a hot guy in the vicinity of anywhere, you're going to look at your friend and be like, check out that hot guy.
You clock him.
Yeah, of course. So Hannah and I are on a plane. We're sitting next to each other. I see this guy get onto the plane, and like my first instinct to like look at him was like, oh, he's kind of good looking. So I look at Hannah, and then I look back at the guy, like signaling to her, look at this guy. As this guy is coming to the seat to sit directly in front of us, I don't see him. I only see him head on. Hannah sees side profile.
What do I say to you?
He had a man bun. Without any words being spoken, we both spot the man bun. Not even the man bun. It was like a man
Pony.
but like
He looked like a Chihuahua dog.
like short hair pony.
Yeah.
And Hannah looks at me and she says, "Babe, you're going through something. Do you want to talk about it?"
I said, you're in a really weird
You're
place
in a
right
really
now.
weird place. You must be in
But
a really
at the
weird
time,
place.
you didn't see it. So
I
you
didn't.
look again, you look at me, you start dying. His thing is poking out from the back. And that is like magician. Like you see the front and you're like, he's hot. You see the back and you're like, I've been bamboozled.
It was
led
such a
astray.
bait and switch. I was like, we were rooting for you. We were all rooting for you.
No, I literally was like, how dark is it right now for you that you are like, what would it be like to be a guy with a rat tail on
I
his
could
head?
never. But like airport tension. Everyone in the airport could be my boyfriend.
The funniest thing though about The Idol, which I'm gonna continue watching, even though people keep posting like, why am I watching? Like people are hate watching, but like I'm enjoying it. The actors are good.
I don't think it's that. I feel like
I don't think it's bad. We've all watched
shit.
way worse. Like today, I've watched way worse stuff. I do recommend if you're into like religious cult documentaries.
And also The Weeknd. This show's for you.
Shiny Happy People on Amazon. I realized that I couldn't get through it because I accidentally was watching the last episode over and over again. And I was like, this show does not make sense.
Wait, you skipped. How many episodes did you skip?
Episode 4, and I kept watching it, and I was like, "There's no backstory of any of these characters."
You're like, this was shot horribly.
I literally was like, "It's so bad." But
It must
everyone
be
was
the
like,
same
"Watch it."
people that made the Zendaya movie.
So make
You're like, these people are idiots.
sure you click episode 1. I watched
Oh,
it
you
3
just skipped right to episode 4.
Yeah, so I was like, I don't. But
You
I
had no
thought it was-
context.
Yes, I was like, there's how they started at the climax.
Yeah.
I was like, there's no lead
You
up.
were like, I should start a production company. I know way more.
Yes, and then I highly recommend we pass on. It's called. Look, the Gigglers have too many documentaries to get through. My job is to vet. You go up your nose.
I just wasn't expecting you to say, like, we're passing.
Like, we're passing on Zendaya. We're passing on. It's called Take Care of Maya, probably by the people who made the Zendaya movie and Shiny Happy People, episode 4, and The Weeknd.
We're passing on Maya.
Because it's the saddest story of a mom and her daughter, and people are like, it's so good. Not if you want to ruin your week. Like, I was in such a
If
dark
you want
place.
to jumpstart your depression, and sometimes we all need that, This is great.
And I hate to say, like, I could watch something where a woman gets cut into 82 pieces, and I'm like, interesting, fascinating. Let's get to the bottom of this. This thing about a mom and her daughter, absolutely
It was too much for you.
It was too much.
Okay.
That's where I draw the line.
Okay.
So don't watch that unless you love sad shit. Well, thank you so much for...
Yeah, thank you.
We really giggled this episode.
did.
And I'll see you guys in... Where am I next? Oh, I have New York City on Thursday, but...
Oh, yeah, go Badgers.
Go Badgers. Love you guys. Bye.